Alt arts are going crazy right now. Between the Moonbryon selling for nearly $700 and even Sun and Moon alternate arts reaching all-time highs, it seems that people just can't get enough of these amazing cards. But with these rising prices and the difficulty to pull from booster packs, it can get discouraging if you're trying to add these pieces to your personal collection. But don't worry, there are still several incredible alternate arts that you can add to your collection that I think are way too cheap right now. In fact, today I'm going to share 7 that I think are particularly undervalued that you may want to pick up for your collection. But make sure you stick around until the end because number 7 is probably the most undervalued and underappreciated alt art of all time. Now let's start with number 1, which is one of my favorites on this list and a very underrated alt art in my opinion, which is the Unknown V from Silver Tempest. This card is currently sitting at an all-time low of $28, and if you can believe it, it's actually just as hard to pull as the alternate art Lugia V from the same set. In fact, according to pull rate data from Danny Phantom, your chances of pulling this from a pack is 1 out of 1,180. Now obviously this is no Lugia, but Unknown is still a relatively popular Pokemon from Gen 2, and relative to the prices of other alt arts right now, I could easily see this card being a $60 card. Now I was actually able to pick up this card several months ago from Whatnot, which is the app featuring live streamed auctions where you can bid on Pokemon cards and often get some pretty great deals. In fact, use my link in the description below to get a $15 credit towards your purchase on Whatnot. But anyway, I actually ended up purchasing this for about $40 when the market value at the time was $45. Now as you can see, it's actually come down even more since then, but I thought it was undervalued even at that $40 price point. But now you can get it at an even better price than I did. At number 2, we have the Charizard V-Star coming in at only $9. This is the promo that came in the Charizard UPCs a few months ago. In my opinion, the art from this card rivals even that of the one from Brilliant Stars, the Charizard V. Now because it came in every single UPC, this card is a lot less rare, so I don't expect it to be a $100 card, but seriously, $9? What I think is that right now people are overly negative about the Charizard UPC and the promo cards associated with it because people were super hyped and stonking over the UPCs, and when it turned out to be printed a lot more than people expected, I think the market sentiment has swung in the complete opposite direction, meaning this card may be a bit undervalued right now. In fact, at $9, it may be the most undervalued card on this list. Next up, we have one of the cards that came in the Evolution Premium Collection boxes, and today I'm going with the Jolteon V, which is only $14 right now. Now, of all those promos between the Vs and the VMAXs, this one is actually the cheapest right now, which I'm very surprised about because I think it's one of the most attractive arts out of all of them. And again, it's an Evolution, and I think getting it at that $14 price point, you can't go wrong. At number 4, we have the Origin Form Dialga V. Now, to be honest, I don't collect Dialga cards. It's just not a Pokemon that I'm that interested in, and so I haven't picked up this card for myself. But even I have to admit that this is a really stunning artwork. At $42, I don't think it's the most undervalued card on this list, but I could easily see this card settling at $50 to $60, and so this may still be a good time to pick one up if you like this card. Now, by the way, guys, if you're liking the content so far, take a second and hit that subscribe button below to come along the collecting journey with me. Alright, next up we've got a bit of a controversial one, which is number 5, Mewtwo V from Pokemon Go. Now, I understand that the Pokemon Go set was not the most popular set, and it's still, readily available in stores, and so I think people have gotten a little bit sick of it. Now, personally, I like the set, and I think it's going to hold some long-term value, but all that to say, I think the low popularity of this set does contribute to the low price of $23. It's a very good price for an alt art, but guys, you have to realize that this is the Mewtwo V alt art. There is no other. Now, I get that it is CG artwork, and that's not usually the type of artwork that I appreciate, but it does follow the theme of the Pokemon Go set, which does seem to feature this more computer generated art. And guys, it's not an easy card to pull. According to Danny Phantom's pull rate data, you can pull one in about 500 packs, so it's definitely not the easiest card to get, and it is, again, a very, very popular Pokemon, so this card I think might be undervalued right now. And along those same lines, I want to give an honorable mention to Mew V Alt Art from Fusion Strike, which is going for $39 right now, which I think is a pretty good price. It's actually the all-time low for this card. Now, I personally don't really like this alt art. I don't really like the art on this card, even though it is Mew, and I do really like Mew, but I know some people out there do really like this card, so I want to mention it in case you want to pick this one up. Alright, at number 6, we have the Arceus V from Brilliant Stars, which is going for $35 right now. Personally, I really love the art on this card, and the interesting thing is, even though it's not a Gen 1 or Gen 2 Pokemon, Arceus is a pretty popular Pokemon, especially the fact that one of the most popular games in recent memory has been the Legends Arceus Pokemon game. The card did hit an all-time low just in this past month, and now it's starting to rise just a little bit, so now might be a good time to pick it up. And finally guys, number 7, we have the card that I think might be the most underappreciated and undervalued card on this list, which is Celebi V from Fusion Strike. Now this card has never really been that expensive, and I've never quite understood why, just because the art is phenomenal. It could be partially due to the fact that it's actually not as hard to pull as some of the other alt arts in Fusion Strike, but still, based on the amazing artwork and the fact that Celebi is a very popular Pokemon, I'd wager that the demand for this card will increase over time as people come to revisit these alt arts later on. Well legends, that is our list of 7 alt arts that I think are way too cheap right now. Let me know what you think about this list in the comments below, and let me know if you plan to pick up any of these cards. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe below, and check out one of these videos here on screen if you like Pokemon card content. Lastly, I want to let you know that no matter what you're going through, you are not alone. God is with you and He loves you, and we do too. I'll catch you next time.